On the outside, Great Britain, Northern Ireland,
that could go
led off by Samuel
the mixed 4x400 relay. 4 runners, 2 men, 2 women, each one carrying their country's hopes around this track. Look at these faces. Spain feeding off their home crowd.
Who set a personal best in the 400 meters, Paula Sevilla.
None of them came here just to qualify. The starting blocks are set. The
over,
baton is ready. Somebody's about to run the race of their life. Which team has what it takes to survive Heat A?
Netherlands,
you will not want to
Germany. On the outside, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, led off by Samuel Reardon, the individual 400-meter winner. Lena Nielsen, Toby Harris, who did so well in the 200 meters, and then Emma Newnham.
Justina Sweetie-Ercetic, relay veteran Daniel
Poland,
Sotisiak,
Maximilian Shved,
400-meter champion
Justina Sweetie-Ercetic, stalwart of Polish relay teams over the years.
Lane
Daniel
6, Italy,
Slotosiak
Eduardo Scotti,
and
former
Natalia
European under-20
Pukoviec,
400-meter champion, lines up alongside
champion.
Virginia Troiani,
Eduardo
Vladimir
Scotti,
Setti, and Alice
former
Mangione.
European under-20 champion.
Lane 5, Germany,
Quartet
Manuel
completed
Sanders,
by Trioni,
Jana Lackner,
Assietti, and
Joshua
Mangione.
Abuaku, a 400
The
meter
Germans,
hurdles winner,
Sanders,
and Irina Gore complete the German
Lackner,
quartet.
Abuaku, a 400 meters hurdles
Lane
winner.
4, the
Being
Netherlands,
completed by
Keenan Blake,
Gore.
Mirti Verne, Jonas
this,
Pfeifers, and Nina
a bit of a
Franke make up an
makeshift
experienced
Dutch
Dutch
team
relay lineup with
from
plenty
what
of
we've
big
seen
race
over the
pedigree.
years, but it's Blake Van Fiefers, and finishing off
Lane 3,
things,
Spain,
Nina
and the home
Franca.
crowd absolutely roaring for Manuel
And
Guijarro, Blanca
big
Hervis, Julio
cheers for the
Arenas, and Paula
Spaniards.
Sevilla,
The Spaniards
who ran
lying
a
6th
personal best in the
overall at the
individual
moment in
400
lane
meters to
3.
earn her spot on this team.
Guerrero, Evias, Arenas, and the woman who set
Lane
personal
2,
best
France,
in the
Gilles
400
Biron,
meters,
a familiar
Paula
face on the
Sevilla.
relay circuit, leads off alongside
Gilles
Fanny Peltier,
Biron,
Jan Spillman, and
familiar
Alexa Bell.
face leading off French 4x400 meters team. Fanny Pelletier,
And lane
Spillman,
1, Czechia,
Dayu.
Milan Shabrani, Barbara
French in
Malikova,
7th
former
place,
European
out of medal
under-20
contention at the
400
moment.
champion,
And the
Mate
Czechs
Kursek, and
down in
Zuzana
11th.
Sambolova complete the Czech quartet.
Skribiani, Barbara Malikova, former European under-20 400-meter champion.
8 teams, 8
and
lanes, and this track is
Simbalova
absolutely
completing
buzzing.
the
mixed relay
Czechia
is one of the most
quartet.
unpredictable events in all of athletics. 2 men, 2 women, and the order
very
you run
last
them can
action
change
on
everything.
A
Every
race.
team here has a weapon, and every team
Mixed
here has
4x400
something to
meters
prove. The crowd
from
is on
the
their feet for the
inside.
Spanish.
Czechia,
Poland brings
France,
European pedigree.
Spain,
Italy has pace to
Netherlands,
burn. And Great Britain has
Germany,
the individual
Italy,
400-meter champion
Poland,
on that
and
opening
on the
leg.
outside,
The
Great
blocks
Britain,
are being
Northern
set.
Ireland.
The officials are in position. This is going to be a fight from the very first
But of course, they
stride.
had the secret weapon Femke Bol on that occasion. Does that make them vulnerable here tonight?
I think so, and they had Lieke Klaver in there as well. No, this is a makeshift Netherlands 4x400 team.
Set.
And they are off.
And
Samuel
we're expecting
blasts out the
Reardon
blocks for Great
to be
Britain in the
blasting
flying.
out of his
The
blocks. He
individual
ran
champion using every bit of that speed
44.60
off
to win the individual race,
Eduardo
and
Scotti
already
surges
he's
hard for
starting to
Italy.
put
Keenan Blake
daylight
pushes for the
between himself
Netherlands, but
and the
it is Reardon
Poles.
who is
Maximilian
putting serious
Shved.
daylight between
Reardon
himself and
having
the
a
field
really
around the
good
opening
run
turn.
over the first
Shved
half of this
working hard
opening
for
leg.
Poland in lane
Behind
7.
him, not much to choose. Eduardo Scotti of the Italians doing very well. Also, the Netherlands, Keenan Blake running well at this stage, but Reardon, he's absolutely flying. Well, the stagger doesn't unwind until 150 meters into the second leg. Scotty coming through very strongly, but it's looking as though it's going to be Reardon who
Reardon
hands
hands
over
to
in
Lena
front.
Nielsen.
And he
Clean
hands over
exchange
to
for Great
Lena
Britain.
Nielsen.
But look at Virginia
Nielsen
Troiani for
running
Italy.
the 4
She
by
is surging
4
hard and
400
moving right to
meters
the front.
hurdles.
Czechia
Czechia
with
having
trouble
all
with the
sorts of
exchange
problems.
and
Malika, a
serious
great
ground.
runner, but she's
Nielsen is experienced,
Czechia got
composed,
so
but
much
Troiani
ground
is
to make up.
absolutely running away
Nielsen
from the field and puts
up
Italy
against
into
the
the lead,
Italian.
with Poland's Swieti-Ercetic working her way through
It's
as well.
Troiani up at the front. Nielsen, though, very experienced 4x400 meter runner. Very focused, and they can see what's happening as they're looking into the big screen at the end of the stadium. Troiani's edged round her. It's the Italians out in front. Troiani now about a meter or so in front of the French and the British. Poles as well. Justina Swieti-Ercetic. Now, if there's somebody who knows how to run a 4x400 meter
Italy
race,
hands to
it's
Vladimir
Swieti-Ercetic,
Setti, and
even
it is
though
a
she
slick
might be in the
exchange.
twilight of his
Setti surges
career.
and extends the lead.
Swieti-Ercetic coming
Toby
through
Harris
very
takes the
strongly.
baton for
It's
Great
going to be
Britain
the
in second,
Italians who
and
hand
he's
over
giving
in
chase.
front, though.
Harris, who doubled up in the
Troiani
200
to
meters, is running an outstanding leg here.
Vicente
He is closing on a city down the back straight.
Asete has run
Poland's
an awful
Soltisiak
lot of
is
the
right in this race, too.
Italian 4x400 meter races, and now he's putting daylight. He's ran a really hard first 150 meters. Now behind him, Toby Harris, who's already been in action today in the 200 meters. finished second in the 200 meters, closing down on Asete though. This is a good 400 meters from Harris, who we normally expect to see in the 4x100 meters. He's doing well, is Harris. He's closing down. It's going to be neck and neck down the home straight. Italy just holding off Great Britain. And a strong run from Arenas. Now,
launches for Poland,
Italy
wide and
in
flying.
Front at the moment, but Manzioni, there's a fall that's behind him.
Home straight.
Well, let's concentrate on what's going on at the front.
Great Britain is
now
in front.
sweeping around. Emma Newnham is up in front. He's gone round Manzioni.
The gap
and
is
Newnham,
closing.
the bit between her teeth. She knows this is 16 points, and she knows that this will give them a fighting chance of closing up on Poland and Germany in the medal positions. Well, Poland in third at the moment. That might be good enough to keep them in the top three, but Newnham giving it everything. Now it's coming into the home straight. It's three abreast. It's Newnham.
What a race.
It's
what an anchor leg.
Italy, and coming through so strongly. It's the Pole. It's Bukowiecki, second in the individual 400 meters, but Poland's European 400 meter champion.
Natalia Bukowiecki
takes 16 points for Poland.
400 meters, and she has now delivered
what
the
a
race
thrilling
of her life
race
on the
that
anchor
was.
leg. The Polish team is flooding onto the
It
track.
smashed the
Soltasia,
championship record.
Sweetie,
That's no surprise. It was only run once before. That's Poland 2 years ago.
309.43.
309.42.
And look at the
But
scoreboard.
a championship
That time also
record
edges
for
inside
the
their own
Poles.
national record. Poland did not leave
And
a
it's
single thing
also
on this track tonight.
just
They
inside
came
their
here
own
to win,
national
and
record.
they did it in style.
And it's national record for Italy as well. So that's the number 5 all-time result for the Polos. And they had a great quartet.
Italy in second.
They didn't leave anybody out. They weren't playing tactics on this one. Spaniards come through in a national record themselves. A little bit behind the leading three. What a finale to these championships.
Absolutely, Phil. Yeah, the Poles always so good in the long relays. And of course, she was the secret weapon that we expected on the final leg. Nudging it over the last 20 meters there. The Italian national record. What a way to conclude their victory over the 4 days of competition. Great print, the season's best. Great running there from Newnham, Emily Newnham. She worked so hard there, the 5th placer in the individual 400 meters. Spain in 4th place. They are a new force. That's one lapping and 4x400 meter running. They really are the Spanish. Brilliant stuff from them.
Italy straight to the front.
Yeah, well, the Spaniards had great results in those world relays earlier in the year, didn't they? They won several events there.
Into Assetti's lead through the back straight. A superb piece of running.
Final
And
changeover.
then the moment that decided it all.
It was a
Bukowiecka,
great leg as well, even though she was eventually beaten out. All credit as well to the Briton.
Watch the
Emma
acceleration
Newnham
over the
just
final
holding
20
on.
meters. She goes past Newnham
The
and
Italian,
Mangione like they were
but
standing
no
still.
stopping.
That is a
Natalia
European 400
Bukowiecki.
meter champion.
Out
at her
in lane
absolute
3,
best.
coming from a
Championship
really
record,
long way
national
back.
record.
But
Poland
without
wins.
Femke Bol to face her, yes, you're right. It was the Poles' secret weapon.
The Polish flag is out and the team is together.
Yeah,
Arms around each other on the track.
taking them home to a
Bukowiecka's still
gold there
catching
with
her
a
breath,
brilliant
but
run
there's
off
a
that
huge
second
smile
place in the
across her
400
face.
where she was
This squad,
well
Swed,
beaten by
Sweetie, Ursetic,
Femke Bol, of
Soltasia,
course. She didn't look on the
ran
sewing
the
to
race
me a
of their
couple of
lives
days
tonight.
ago, but she
Poland
looked
is the
much,
gold
much
standard
better
in the
there. I'd
long
like to see
relays,
the
and they
split
proved
for
it
her
once
leg there.
again.
That national record. Wow, quite something from the Poles. They were 6th fastest in history with Olympic gold in Tokyo. 4 years ago? There it is. Confirmation of Poland's championship record, a national record for Italy, a season's best for Britain, and Spain, the national record as well. How fitting is that for the hosts to finish with something special?
Oh no, that'll really bring the house down for the Spaniards. Just miss out on the podium.
Poland won this race on the anchor exchange, not at the finish line. When Natalia Bukowiecka took the baton in lane 7, she was already wide of the pack, already accelerating before the stick was fully in her hand. That's not instinct. That's a runner who knows exactly what she's capable of and builds her entire leg around it. She came into this heat having finished second in the individual 400 meters, beaten by Femke Bol. Some athletes carry that kind of result as a weight. Bukowiecka ran like someone who had something to settle. The Polish team's construction deserves attention. Opening with Maximilian Swed gave them a steady, controlled first leg without burning a top-end resource. Justina Sweetie Ursetic on the women's second leg was the key tactical decision. She's been running relay legs at major championships for years, and she knows how to maintain position without going to the well too deep. That composure kept Poland in contention through the middle legs when Italy was genuinely threatening to break the race open. Virginia Troiani ran a powerful second leg for Italy, moving them to the front, and Vladimir Assetti held that lead into the third exchange. At that point, Italy looked like they had it structured correctly. What they didn't account for was Bukowiecka's closing speed over the final 50 meters. She ran past Mangione and Newnham in the same stride pattern. No visible shift, no panic. Just sustained velocity where everyone else was tying up. Great Britain's performance deserves more than a footnote. Samuel Reardon led the opening leg as the individual 400-meter champion and put real daylight between himself and the field. That's not stagger illusion. He was genuinely ahead. Toby Harries on the third leg was arguably the individual performance of the race outside the anchor, a man who'd already doubled in the 200 meters running down a Seti on the back straight. Emily Newnham on the anchor ran aggressively, past Mangione on the home straight, and still couldn't hold Bukowiecka. Britain ran a season's best. They ran well, they just ran into a better anchor. The 309.43 is worth sitting with. The championship record had stood at 309.42, set by Poland themselves 2 years earlier, so they essentially broke their own mark by a single hundredth. That's not a coincidence. Poland has built a relay culture in the 400 meters, men and women, mixed and separate, that's now producing consistent championship-level performances across multiple cycles. Italy's national record in second confirms this isn't a field that's standing still. Spain ran their own national record in fourth, home crowd or not, and that's a program that's been building since the World Relays earlier in the year, where they were winning multiple events. The mixed relay is no longer a specialty for 2 or 3 nations. It's genuinely open, and the depth is compressing finishing times across the board. For Bukowiecka, the question now is whether she carries this form into the final if there is one, or into the next major cycle. She's shown the individual ability and the relay instinct. That combination at 400 meters is not common. Poland won tonight with a championship record, and Bukowiecka's name is on the anchor leg. That's the line she carries forward.